Hi, Nick Huston here for Gotham Sound and Communications, getting a first look at the Lectrosonics SMDWB, and really this will also serve as an introduction video for the SMWB, which is the same thing with just one battery. So this is one of the first ones out there. We've got an SMDWB for wideband in C1, and let's open it up and see what comes in the box. All right, pretty similar packaging to both the SMQV and the PDR. So you'll see that over here, we've got the actual unit itself. So here's the SMDWB. Looks strikingly like the SMQV and with an LT screen, which is pretty cool. Put that off to the side for now. You've got batteries, you've got the little pads for heat, and then you also have TA5 connectors. And then in terms of other standard accessories, you've got the new, as you can see, there's a belt clip, which I won't take out. There's a micro SD card. Looks like it is, how many gigabytes is that? 16 gigabytes, so it'll record forever. And then you've got a block 25 antenna. They don't all come with block 25 antennas, only this one, which is a C block. So we'll put the rest of that away. There's also a manual, there's also all sorts of other stuff. But really what we want to focus on is the transmitter itself. So basically this is a merger of the SMD and the Lectrosonics PDR. So this broadcasts at 100 milliwatts maximum. It can also step down to do a different amount of milliwatts, or it can record. So if you unscrew the battery door, you'll see, just as on the old SMDs or SMQs, two batteries. I'll put some batteries in there now, but you'll also see a micro SD card slot. So let's go ahead and put some batteries in it, see how it is. One thing I should note, since we were talking about the battery clip, is that the battery clip on this and for the SMQV or the older style double battery Electros are different. They are different sizes. This is 1/10 of an inch bigger, so the old clips won't work. Anywho, so we'll just put we'll put that in there. There we go. It clicks in, and we'll just screw that back on, put the antenna on. And this has the same kind of sweat-proof or sweat-resistant housing that the SM series always has. So to turn it on, there's the power button similar to the LT in terms of layout. I'm just going to push and hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And now we've got RF. Now we're broadcasting RF. In terms of buttons, you've got the menu button, menu select, back, up and down, battery indicator there. And then you've got these LEDs here for indicating your levels. If you push up, it turns the LEDs on. If you push down, it turns the LEDs off. For checking things, you can have the LEDs on, or you can just leave them on, and you can turn them off if you are concerned about seeing them through someone's clothes. Anyway, so let's go into the menu, take a quick peek. So we've got the first thing that pops up is the files. We don't have anything recorded yet, so we won't go there. Format the card. If you go through there, do you want to format the card, yes or no? We'll say yes. See how long that takes. Not long at all. Record. So that puts it into record, and we'll go through that in a little bit more. You can stop it. So that's all triggered through the menu. You've got your microphone gain. Okay, and what's nice about this is that you also, if I take a microphone and plug it in, you also have the meters. Okay, so I do have a microphone over here. So you can actually see the meters in addition to having the LED indicators, which is a nice touch, much more precise. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. We see the frequency adjustment, so you can go through the frequency. Again, you've got the hex settings, the old Lectro hex settings per block, but then you also have the frequency. You can do quarter step with this, just like with anything else. You can change the roll-off. You can change the transmitter compatibility, and it does all the different modes. So you've got your 100, 200, 400 IFB, and then the compatibilities for other brands. Step size, again, you can do 100 kilohertz or 25 kilohertz, depending on what you're going for. Phase, transmit power, again, 100 milliwatts, 50 milliwatts, or 25 milliwatts. And then you can change the file naming. So you can have a sequence number, or you can have something based on the clock, which we'll have to mess around with that. Then you can also look at the SD card info, which has the name of the card, which is interesting that it doesn't rename it, but you can tell how full it is and how much time. So we have a 16 gig card in here. That'll last 33 hours. The batteries won't last that long, so you can see that media will not be a problem. And then you can reset to factory defaults. So that's the menu structure. A lot nicer not having to do the push and hold combinations and all that stuff for changing modes like you used to have to do during power up, where you had to kind of do some finger origami. So now let's see how it works with a receiver. So I'm just going to power this off for a minute. 1, 2, 3. And we'll power on the LR receiver. And the nice thing about the new, so one of the features with the new transmitters, all the new transmitters, has been the ability to program via IR. So right now we're on a good frequency. We could do some scanning, but we're not going to do that now. So if I turn this on and I go to IR sync, I hit menu for IR sync. When it's ready, I just line up the IR syncs. There we go. You can see them both on screen now. IR sync is okay. So now both of them have gone. So we've got F8 on one, F8 on the other, and so you see we've got full RF. So one thing that's interesting is that the SMWB, as we talked about, is either a transmitter or recorder, but you'll notice that when we go into record, if we go down to record, just hit menu, okay, you'll notice that on the, even though it's not transmitting anymore, we're not getting any level on the LR, we are still getting RF, and we're still getting battery telemetry, so that you can tell, even though you can't listen to it, you can tell that it's still recording because you can tell the battery's okay. Now you have no idea what the quality of sound is like, but you do know that it's still going. And if we stop the recording, we'll stop. Okay. Then you'll notice that the sound comes back on the LR immediately. So that's one interesting thing. It does record at 44.1. From what I understand at Lectrosonics, that is a technical limitation based on the way that the digital hybrid sampling works. Digital hybrid samples at 88.2. And if they were to try and down convert to 48K, it would take too much battery power to do that kind of processing. And you would get horrible, horrible battery life. So it records at 44.1 standard. So we've set up a little test just to show the difference between 44.1 and 48K, so that you can hear it for yourselves. We'll make the files available in the links below or to the side or wherever they go. So to demonstrate, we've got Lectrosonics PDR and 2 DPA 4060s. So there's the PDR and there's them beside. So I'm just going to hold up the two lavs together, and I will start the PDR recording. If I could see the screen. So there we go. So we're recording on that, and now I'm going to start this recording. And there we go. So now here's our test. So we're recording. Oh, let me make sure the levels are exactly the same. That's important. You got to have the levels exactly the same. So the gain on that is 22. And the gain on that is 30. So I'm going to bring the gain up to 30. Okay. So let's hope that I didn't mess this up. All right. So here's the test. It's an epic poem that some of you may or may not know. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. So if you want to listen to the differences of these, we'll post these in the links below or to the side, or we'll post them somewhere. You might be able to find them. We will also post an up-converted version of the 48K, of the 44.1 to 48K, just so you can hear if there's any kind of difference there. But it's pretty easy to do. You know, you can usually, when you import into an editing program like Premiere or however, it will ask you if you want to upconvert, and then it will just upconvert for you. So we'll post samples of that as well. All right, so let's try just some of the existing apps. You know, Lectrosonics uses Dweedle tones for remote control, so if the transmitter is hidden somewhere, you can make changes to either the frequency, the gain, or start and stop record. So we'll bring in the Lectrosonics RM app. We'll go ahead and change the gain right now. What are we at? Let's bring up the gain menu just so we can see. Right now we're at 25, so let's go crazy and we'll go to like 40. Of course, it helps when you have the volume turned up. Yep, so the gain jumps to 40. There we go. And we will we'll try the frequencies and see what happens. Okay, yep, frequency changes. Maybe we'll put it to sleep. Sleep works. So it looks like all of those functions still work. Right now the RM app does not have any of the record functions in it, but Lectro does have the PDR app, which if we try that, let's give that a try. Record. And it's hard to see, but that little flashing light there indicates that it's recording, and we can stop it as well. So with existing apps, with two separate existing apps, you can control the Lectrosonics SM wideband series with the Dweedle tones. So the one thing we haven't talked about is battery life. It's been reported that 2 lithium AA's will run this for about 14 hours, 6.5 on the single battery version, which is similar to the performance on the SM dual battery at 100 milliwatts and the SMV at 100 milliwatts. We will test that, and we will test it with different batteries and report back to you. But it seems like the battery life is as expected. So the SMDWB and the SMWB have started shipping in limited batches. We're not expecting to get any more until middle to end of November. So they're in pre-order right now. If you want one, it's a $500 deposit, and we'll put your name on the list, and then you can have one. And don't forget to check out the recordings that we did, the side-by-side recordings, and check back for updates on battery life. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch this video or others, you can visit our video archives at gothamsound.tv. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter for all the latest news. If you have any ideas for a live stream video you'd like to see us do, or you have any questions, please email us at info@gothamsound.com. Thanks so much for watching.